So in today's video, I'm going to teach you all of the secret sauce in learning Apex movement on controller. I'm going to teach you how to tap strafe, how to super glide using only one button, how to reload behind doors without opening the door, and I'm also going to show you how to instantly holster your weapon, not having to hold triangle or Y on your controller. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, let's hop into it. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to show you guys how to set up tap strafing on controller, and I know there's a ton of guides on how to do this out on YouTube, but I'm going to show you the absolute simplest way to set it up, and I'm going to show you how to use it in game so you can start tap strafing. So first, you're going to want to make sure that you're playing Apex on Steam. If you're using Origin, I'm not sure what you're doing, make sure you download Apex on Steam. And you're also going to want to make sure that your controller is plugged into your PC, and you should have this option right here that says controller layout. Now whenever you click this, it's going to give you a new UI. Unfortunately, there's no way to go back to the old UI. You can't do the trick anymore of going to small mode and then right clicking on Apex and getting to it through that. So I'm going to show you how to set up tap strafing using the new UI. So you're going to want to click controller layout, and I could show you how to set it up manually by going to your joystick and showing you how to set up all this, but honestly, instead of going through that, it's up here at the top, it should say your name, and then this is basically the template that you can go to. All you're going to do is you're just going to click that, go over to templates, and then you can search and just type in Ecstasy. If you don't know who Ecstasy is, he's one of the best controller movement players in the game. So it should say tap strafe Ecstasy. All you're going to want to do is just click that and then save it to your controller layout. So whenever you do that, whenever you go back to the main menu, it should say your name, and then it should say tap strafe Apex Ecstasy. And whenever you go to edit layout and you click on your joystick, your tap strafe button is going to be bound to your left stick. So I'm going to show you how to do that in game real quick. I'm going to show you how to actually tap strafe using this layout. Okay, so as for actually tap strafing, it's extremely simple in how you use this. You can tap strafe on controller like this. You can tap strafe around corners and tap strafe, you know, side to side. It's extremely useful, you know, in gunfights to be super evasive. So as you can see at the bottom right of the screen, you can see my controller, and you can see the buttons that I'm pressing. So in order to use this tap strafe, like I said, it's going to be bound to your left stick click. So whenever you click this in, that's how you actually tap strafe. So to use that is whenever you jump, you click that in to strafe left or right. So in order to tap strafe, you know, around a corner or anything like that, you're going to want to click your tap strafe button and then push it in the direction that you want to tap strafe. So say I want to tap strafe around this box right here, all you're going to want to do is slide jump at it, and then click your tap strafe button and push your left analog stick in the direction you want to tap strafe. And it should look something like this. Just like that. Now you can get super complex with tap strafing, but honestly it's just as simple as just trying to be evasive in fights, so you can tap strafe around corners and things like that. And what you can also do is you can actually tap strafe off of a bounce pad with Octane. So right before you jump, you hit your tap strafe button. So all you're going to do is whenever you hit that bounce pad, you're going to jump, and as soon as you jump, click your tap strafe button, just like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you how to do is how to set up how to super glide with only pressing one button. And this isn't cheating, this isn't using configs or, you know, altering code or anything like that. This is all in Steam in the controller layout. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this controller layout here, and then click on edit layout. And now you can bind this super glide button to whatever button you don't use. Me personally, I have it set up to my right stick. It takes away the ability to melee, but it's not really super important to me, and it's super, you know, comfortable, so that's how I have it set up. But if you want to set this up to a button on your D-pad or any other button, all you're going to want to do is just follow the same steps just on the button that you want to bind this to. Like I said, as for me, I set it up to my right stick click. So yours should look something like this, and to set this up, you're going to want to go to add command, and then go over to your mouse, and then click scroll wheel down right here. And whenever you click that, it should kick you out. And then you're gonna go to the cog wheel right here, and then go to your settings. And you're gonna wanna turn the hold to repeat turbo on, leave the repeat rate where it is, make sure the haptic intensity is turned off. The fire start delay is 0, but your fire end delay, you're gonna change this to 3. And then all the rest of this doesn't matter, just leave it default, and then you can go ahead and close this. Now what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna click the cog wheel again, and then go to add extra command, and then whenever you're going to do that, you're going to go to your keyboard and click it C. And once you click C, it should kick you out just like this. Go to the cog wheel, go to your settings, your hold to repeat turbo, you're going to leave turned off on here. Your haptic intensity's off also. change the fire start delay to 3, and then change your fire end delay to 298. So it should look just like this. Leave this default and then go to close. And that's it for the Steam controller layout. Now we're gonna go in game and show you what to do in game. So now that we're in game, you're gonna go to your settings over here. You're gonna go to mouse and keyboard, and then you're gonna scroll down to where it says jump, and you're gonna bind this to your scroll wheel down. It should look just like this. And then you're also gonna go to your crouch and bind that to C. So it should look like this. So now how to actually use the SUPERGLIDE is super simple. All you're gonna wanna do is you still have to get the timing down, but you're gonna be pressing that button that you bound the SUPERGLIDE button to. If you did it right, whenever you hold that button, it should look like this. It should make you bunny hop. So all you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna do your normal SUPERGLIDE at the top of your mantle. You're gonna hit that SUPERGLIDE button. And it should look just like that. All right, so for the next thing, I'm gonna show you how to reload behind doors using controllers without opening the door. This is super situational, but it is kind of helpful. You're gonna go to your edit layout on your controller layout, and I have mine bound to my left D-pad button. All you're gonna wanna do is you're just gonna wanna click that, and then go to your keyboard and click R. So basically it's mimicking whenever you press your left D-pad button, it's just pressing the R key, which isn't linked to your interact button like it is on square or X on a controller. But all this means is now you can reload behind doors without opening the door. Like if I try and reload, it's gonna, you know, open and close the door. But with this D-pad button, it doesn't do that anymore. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys how to do is how to instantly holster your weapons on controller without having to hold triangle or Y on your button layout. So you're going to want to go back into your controller layout, go to edit layout, and for me, I have this set to my touchpad. So it basically makes it to where whenever I touch the right side of my touchpad, it holsters my weapon instantly. I don't have to hold a button or anything like that. So to set this up, you're going to want to go to add command and then go over to your keyboard and bind this to 3. Whenever you bind it to 3, it'll kick you out. And then you're gonna click the cog wheel and go to add an extra command, and then you're gonna wanna bind this one to I. And this should be default, but just make sure, check the cog wheel on both of these and make sure it's on regular press like it is here. So basically this just makes it to where all I have to do to holster my weapon, like if I have my gun out, all I gotta do, just touch my touchpad and it instantly holsters. I don't have to, you know, hold triangle to pull it out like you do normally. All I have to do is just touch my touchpad. And if it isn't working for you, if you're having any issues, go into your settings and go into your mouse and keyboard and go down and make sure that your holster weapons button is bound to 3, and then scroll down and make sure your inspect is set to I. This also makes it to where you can spam inspect while you're running like keyboard players can. All you have to do is just keep, you know, touching your holster button. You can spam it, you know, do the kunai flip and do all that cool stuff. But other than that, just some general settings. I'll go over some general settings with you guys to make sure that you can get the best out of your movement on controller. A big thing is you want to make sure that you're playing hold to crouch. Toggle to crouch really limits some of the movement that you can do in Apex. So if you're playing with toggle, switch it to hold. I know it's going to be super awkward at first, and it took me a long time to get used to, but trust me, it makes all the difference. And another super important setting you want to make sure you have on for movement is auto sprint. If this is turned off, make sure you turn this on. This makes it to where you don't have to click your stick in to run. You just have to push it forward.
Ready, set, go!
But other than that, you know, I play on the basic 4-3 linear just like most people. My look dead zone is small, my movement dead zone is small. My menu cursor speed is a little bit above half. And if you're curious, my button layout, I use customized. This is my button layout here.